Good morning. My name is Kelly Bowker. Welcome to my channel, Present Moment Magic, where we talk about all kinds of spiritual things and I share my journey of awakening with people. I want to talk to you about the following video, and I want to tell you a little bit of my history. When I first began to channel, I brought through an energy that identified themselves as Lacrosse. I had been watching different things on YouTube, and they always talked about having the guide give you the name. So trying to do things right, I asked for the names and I got the name and I got Lacrosse, which eventually represented the cross to me, which took me back to childhood. And I know that that energy is still with me and still comes through. And that energy was comfortable. That energy didn't feel overwhelming. That happened in January. That following June, one day in meditation, I started to shake all over and I got a download that brought through light language. And when light language came through, after that, my downloads that I call them, when I would go into meditation and I would bring through energy, the energy changed. It started to get a lot stronger, a lot more physical manifestations. But think about it. If the first time that it had happened, if I had shook the way you're going to see me shake on this following video, it would have scared the crap out of me. So they brought through a much gentler, much more familiar energy. And then they started to build on that. So now keep going. This is now this summer. It's a year ago, June, that light language came through. This past winter, I had a friend, Graham, put together a meeting at a metaphysical shop in the town that he lives in Canada. And they invited me to be a guest speaker. And his wife, Sylvia, who's also on this video, and his mom and his mom's friend is on this video coming up with their permission. And when Sylvia asked me, can I channel, I think she used Johnny Cash, if I wanted to. Well, Kelly answered, no, I don't think I can, blah, blah, blah. It's my guides, it's my team, yada, yada. But then my jaw started to shake and I knew that they wanted to talk. And so I brought through the answer, and what the guides said, and it made me cry when they did, was that the only thing stopping Kelly from channeling any entity is Kelly. It's my openness, my ability to allow. So with the relationship that developed with Sylvia and Graham and myself, we definitely are a support to each other. And we started to talk about getting together regularly, kind of like when mediums meet, they call it a circle, kind of like that, getting together with the goal of the meeting to raise all of our frequencies and to utilize me practicing moving as far out as I can and still participate, thinking eventually that Zuzu's here, thinking that eventually, and I kind of think it will happen, that eventually there's going to come, I feel like it's going to be a pop when I am gone and they're able to hear the questions, answer the questions, and I'm not going to be aware of what's being said. I think that's coming. Now, I don't know that for a fact. They haven't said this is happening. It isn't like that, but you can see that. So that all said, in this video, this is the first Monday meeting, and you're going to be seeing more videos that are going to have the Monday meeting theme because I'm taking pieces out. This is a piece. This was the first meeting of 3 so far. I'm just getting ready. I'm going to meet with them today. And it was the first time that I got enough out of the way. Joining the energy with them turns it up. It is amazing the difference when people are joined together. That just turns that energy right up. And they show how different entities can just slide in and slide out. Some of them identify themselves with names. They'll talk about that. Some of them don't, but you can hear in my voice, you can hear when it changes. And it's quite a remarkable thing. And I wanted to share this, and I'm going to continue to share these kinds of things because I think that if I had had something like this in the beginning, it might have taken some of my fear away. So know that we always have free will. Know that anytime any of these metaphysical occurrences are happening, we can just say, no, done. And I always, by my very nature, but I'm going to say this out loud, we set our intention for love and light and the highest good for everyone that's in the group. And once that is done, there's no worry about anything that's not of love and light because the frequency just doesn't match. So that's all I'm going to say about that because that's just not part of my world. I don't have to worry about anything that isn't beautiful. So enjoy the video. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be bringing through lots more like this that I think will really help people as they evolve. I am not done doing things around sound. The sound is coming through. I am toning my chakras at least once a day because it feels so good. And I can honestly tell you that amazing clarity is coming through because I am toning my chakra system. And I just feel like it's this amazing balancing event. It is just so great. So, go find my videos that have that toning in them and practice it because it is taking us to the next level. There's not a question in my mind. Have a blessed day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And I get that.
Submission.
Yeah. We are, yeah, because we've surrendered. Part of what I did was I surrendered. I didn't surrender beyond for my highest good. And that's, so when you say, Sylvia, where do you want to start? There is such a vastness, even as Kelly's consciousness starts to pull back. In this moment, there is such a vastness. You start with your intention again. This is an angel. Kelly's getting in the way. Give me just a minute. Angel Ariel. She always cries when we come through because she feels the unconditional love that is here for her. We are Angel Ariel. We are the angel of knowing, of being, of oneness. The vastness that she feels within herself in this moment is that interconnected oneness, the unity consciousness that is available to you all. It is the place of peace and love and knowing. I, Angel Ariel, I am the angel of the 8th chakra, the chakra above the head, the white light that connects the cosmos to the human's chakra system and facilitate that beautiful flow. At this time, Angel Michael, who is the angel of the chakra below the 1st chakra, that does not have a number from your human standpoint, but she sees him as the color black, representing the absorption of it all. I, Angel Ariel, am the reflection of it all. I am the beaming out, as it were. the coming forth through this one is difficult for her. Again, she's noting the physical feelings in her body when she dips her toe in this end of the pool, we would say. But yes, indeed, I am the energy that is Angel Michael. I work with the humans to facilitate their experience on the earth, always beckoning and creating the path to the expansiveness that is Mother Earth. This one has struggled within her lifetime. We would reach out to Sylvia in this moment. There has always been a very strong bond between you and Mother Earth, which is facilitated by the essence that is me, Angel Michael. I also am the angel of safety, and you have known and felt my presence, Sylvia, around you, have you not? Knowing you were not alone, surrounded by the beings and entities of the Earth's energy, connected with your hands in the dirt. That is your doorway, dear one. You ask for your path, and we would remind you there is no wrong path. Feel the connection and feel the love and the unconditional beingness between you and us through Angel Michael into Mother Earth. Mother Earth will now speak. We come up through the root chakra into this one, and it feels foreign to her as she has been working to develop her relationship with us. She is much easier to connect with the angels from the heart chakra up. We know this. That is why we have called her with such strength. When we melded with her in October, it was to give her permission to experience the vastness that she felt calling her. She needed to feel the holding of her that we have, the strength and the comfort when Mother Earth is holding you and you are aware of it. We hold you all, but many do not feel it. We would not say sadness as we do not experience human emotions. But that is the word to describe from your perspective what we feel at times when the humans cannot feel our love. You are our children, and we hold you within us. You do not dwell upon us, dear ones. You dwell within us. And there is an infinite amount of power and strength, resilience, knowing ifs. All of these things are held within Mother Earth. We would okay, they just gave me this little fast download. Just a minute. They want us to realize that when we ask questions, they just burst that visual in my mind of those going in infinite directions. The frequency of the question will reach the frequency of, and they are using the term entity that it is needed to reach. So they're asking for another question.
I'm curious about Jacob.
Okay. The energy that we would identify as Jacob is also multifaceted, collective of multiple beings. These concepts are difficult for the human to wrap their mind around, because when you come into your humanness, you come with the decision to be an individual. And when you are speaking with that is us, you are speaking to the all. We keep showing a vast space in Kelly's mind. We want that understanding of oneness to come through very clearly. She asks me if there is a specific reason for the identification of that which is our collective. We would just say you called it forth. There was a curiosity within you all around names. Kelly often struggles around names and the names of planets and the names of places. This gets her very twirled up. So we knew there was a desire to be able to identify that. So we showed her that we can very easily give her a name for any given particular group. We would ask you, Graham, what kinds of specificnesses would you like to ask?
With Jacob, what is it that that group would like to bring through specifically? Do they have their own mission?
The question, you, from your limited perspective, believe us to have an agenda, particularly, or perhaps a specialty. That is a human perspective. What we bring through is what is called for. There are times when what is called for is not within our purview, shall we say. Then we would not be the ones to come forward. We would step back and another would come forward, as is in this moment, so she can feel the shift moving forward into this part of her face. She feels a higher, and we will call ourselves Sarah. Do you feel the difference, Kelly? Yes, that is right. We are that which you call Jacob. Do not get tied up with the inflections and gestures and such. These will be a moving target, let us say. When a single individual that Kelly feels that she is brings through a collective, she thinks the collective will have one mannerism or voice and the list could go on. What we are wanting her to feel is the energy, and for her to just allow the changes to come. We, as Jacob, want to point out to the dear ones, to Jeannie and Carol. This is a remarkable thing you are witnessing at this time. We feel your openness and also consternation and bewilderment in this moment. These are all very normal responses to such a experience. What we say to you, dear ones, is that you have been calling this forth. You have, as you identified earlier, Jeannie, been seekers as well your whole lives. Just let the energy of this and the future listening to the recording, if you so choose, to wash over you and feel the energy of it. This is a wonderful thing to have happen at any stage in life. Kelly often is quite perplexed that these experiences did not come through until she was nearly 60. We laugh, for there is no age. You are ageless. Experience the rest of this incarnation with that knowing, dear ones. You are ageless. You are one with it all. There is no ending. There is only transformation. We would ask Jeannie and Carol if either of them wanted to ask anything specifically.
Go for it.
Do not feel nervous, dear ones. We have been with you your whole incarnation. We are very familiar if you drop into your hearts. As the energy of Kelly was familiar to Jeannie, the energy that we are is familiar to both of you in this moment. There is so much love here for you. We are waiting for your question.
I've often reached out to try to feel that unconditional love. Is that a possibility for me?
Oh, absolutely, dear one. Unconditional love is reaching for you all the time, reaching for all of you all of the time. It is only your human beliefs and limitations that hold it at bay. You will be meeting with this one, and over time, the human constraints and judgments and patterns of belief that have been part of you for a long time will begin to dissolve. But know that it is perfect in this moment. Whether you can feel the vibration and the physical sensation of that love that we are sending for you, let us start with you knowing it is there within you, dear one. Do not look outside of yourself. Sink deep within the space within your heart. Sink in your prayer time. Sink into that space with a knowing that it is there, that every angel in the universe and beyond is singing for you, that every single entity that exists to love you. The channel feels that connection very strongly, and it wells within her and spills over for you all. The oneness. Yes, dear one, the oneness that is Angel Ariel. We call you to the oneness, dears. We are always calling you to the oneness. So we would say to the heart of any human, and we speak now to dear Jeannie, that love that you feel for another is the love that you can feel for yourself. And that is the love of the oneness, the allness. We are all one, dear one. We are all one. So the love you feel for anything, turn that right around and shine it into your own self, because that is the love we are shining to you. It is there, dear one. It is there. You just need a little changing in your thinking about how to absorb it inward instead of radiating it outward. It is all the same. I have a hanky. I gotta have a hanky. Ugh. Oh. Well, that summed it up, Jeannie. Oh.
Thank you.
Huh?
I said thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I have a question for you.
I'm listening. We're
The
listening.
last few years, I feel that there's something that, or am I, either way, really doing at this stage of my life in God's realm what I need to do? Or am I straying from that realm of what He wants me to do?
There are several threads that we would speak to within that inquiry. The first is the word doing. All you need to do to turn the light of the cosmos up, to make God smile, is to be. You do not need to do anything. You, through the love that you carry in your heart for the all, shine your light within the web of connection that is it all. So when you think about your actions as the thing that pleases or displeases us on this side, we would just say to you, the action matters not. We have told this one time and again that the bum on the street meeting their own needs pleases God as much as the minister that gives his whole life to service. It is a human judgment that sees them as different. It is the being within the moment, the present moment, is the offering that you have the ability, dear Carol, to give. You have the ability to offer up oneness, the energy of love and compassion, tolerance and joy, frolicking, fun, all of that lifts your heart. When you offer the present moment through that, you offer the present moment. And it pleases it all. I'm seeing in my mind right now, Jeannie, this world surrounded with this beautiful intertwining web of connection. And when we shine our light in any given moment, when we have that energy of love and compassion, whether we're drinking a drink of vodka on the rocks, whether we're at a strip club, they don't give a flying fuck what we're doing. They don't care what we're doing. It's how we're being. It's how we're being. It's how we're being. Are you in this moment with love, or are you judging? And are you judging you? It is as, I'm going to say it because it's going to make the right sense to you. It is as hurtful, but it's not hurtful. But for your understanding, it is as hurtful to judge yourself harshly as it is to commit murder. The universe sees it all the same. This is a lesson they've been giving me, Kelly, right from the beginning. I needed that lesson in order to overcome my religious dogma. My religious training told me that there were good behaviors and there were bad behaviors, and that if I did this, I was making Jesus cry. If I thought a bad thought, I made Jesus cry. If I swore and took the Lord's name in fucking vain, I made Jesus cry. I was trained, so I lived my life feeling guilty, feeling unworthy, feeling less than, and I still do a good deal of the time. But what I know for certain, what I've blended with, and I have the total knowing spiritually, but now it's putting it into human practice. What I know for sure is we are perfect and loved and everything in this moment. And the only moment that we have is now, and the only doing is being. So if you're, I don't know if that was enough to make it make sense to you or not. If the path,
I've always felt,
go ahead.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I've always felt very close to God. But in these years, of course, I feel sometimes, is there something else that I should be doing? Not doing, but I just feel there's something
more
that I'm supposed to.
Something more.
Not work, but just
More,
I just
she said.
Sorry,
Something more.
yeah, something more that.
Right.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Here you are.
This is it.
This is
Okay.
it. This is it. That you've been feeling feelings of unrest, feeling like, what would the human think? The human's going to think, well, should I be doing something different? I'm feeling this drawing forward feeling like, is there something more to understand than what I'm understanding? Is there something I should be doing that I'm not doing? That was what brought me here, honey. It's exactly what brought me here. That feeling like I knew there was more, and I just kept looking for it until I found it. And there's lots of mores. I'm not saying I'm just a channel. I'm like a radio. That's all I am. I'm like a friggin' television station that you can plug in, turn on, and connect. That's all I am. Kelly has the same struggles you do. Absolutely 100%. I have the same doubts. I have the same fears, the same insecurities, all that shit. I don't always feel the love, that Jeannie spoke of, all of that. I have the same human experience. And so, I think that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, that you listened to your inner voice. The whole thing, the whole serendipity of the vacation not working out, you making the decision for the vacation, the conversations with Graham between his mother, all of that is serendipity. That's how spirit works. They put one thing in the next and the next into place. And if we're listening and we're paying attention and we're following the nudges, then we end up where we're supposed to be for our next greatest.
I absolutely believe that. I believe this was absolutely meant to be the way it is. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.